Hello, hello everyone! Welcome back to 60 Seconds Reatomized. So, this is the last video I plan on doing on this game for a little while, but I really have a goal in today's episode. As you might be able to see here, this glorious creature, the ice cream truck, is all pimped out. We've got a machine gun, we've got tyres, we've got graffiti and grates. So what I want to do is I want to head off into apocalypse mode, and I just want to escape in my ice cream truck. Should we see if we can do it? I believe in us, so hopefully all will go well, and we will have fabulous success. You never know, eh, do you? Right, where are we? We're right by the hatch, so run far, far, far away from that. What have we got down here? Oh, this is an odd layout, isn't it? Okay, well, I spy the med pack, so let's grab that, and we'll grab Dolores, because she seems reasonable. Straight in the shelter. Briefcase is right there, might as well throw that in. Here's old Timmy, so yep, you can go in too. I see the gas mask, right. Let's grab that bottle of water, it's close, and hey, there's the axe. Lovely. Try not to get stuck on that. We need food, we need water. Yeah, obviously, let's go to the bathtub, because that is the logical place to pick all of these things up, isn't it? Quick, throw them down there. What have we got going on in here? We've got Mary Jane, and apparently we've got a checkers board. We do not have nearly enough food and water to support this level of people, so let's try, if we can, to grab a few more of those, leg it all the way back down, and yeah, not gonna lie, not really sure how much we got. It's so hard to keep track of when you're like actually in the moment. We definitely got a few bits of use, but we didn't get the map, and I do like to try and aim to get the map, but you know, hopefully we can survive. Hopefully we at least took enough food and water to get us through the initial stages. Fingers crossed, eh? Or guess who's going out scavenging, guys? Okay, so this is looking fairly bare, but I think the reason it's looking bare is because of the huge gaps up here, i.e. the map, and any of the items on that shelf. It's not actually too bad. And as I see, everyone's got their fabulous hats on, so who can say no to that? Right, make sure they're all from different hat eras, of course, and let's get cracking on the game. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stocked supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party. Another time we needed the rifle to help against our neighbourhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily some of the supplies were left untouched. The harmonica. Yes, of course. Well, looky here. One of us must have hit this inside the suitcase a while ago. It was so lucky we took the suitcase. +1 rifle. Okay, that is pretty epic. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time, and this is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Actually, 6 soup and 5 water isn't all that bad. I think we can survive on that. Confined spaces are not a friendly environment, and we quickly got into an argument over some trivial things. If this keeps on, we might find ourselves in a nasty place. Well, we can hope not, eh? 'Cause don't really want that to happen. I want to have a lovely, successful trip out in the ice cream truck. So, we stopped arguing, but for how long? Ted is not complaining today. Mary Jane's not too fussed, Dolores is fine, and Timmy's fine. So, magical. It is irradiated, but we are going out because we've got the gas mask. Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss, so when a single brick fell out from the wall revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check out that hole and see what the source of the smell is. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Actually, I don't really know which one that means you pick. Do you pick the one you mow on, or do you pick the other one? Genuinely no clue. Let's mow. So, see what that does for us. Hopefully something good. Well, no one's sick. That's mainly the currency we work in, isn't it? We looked into the hole, fearing something might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated and sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. And we got ourselves a tin of soup, which is most magical. And everyone is keen to drink some water, so we shall let them do that. And come on, Timmy, you are off to the wasteland in the gas mask. Treat yourself. Please bring us back something handy. I'll take many options. Many, many, many. Food, water, map, radio. Oh yes, radio! That's the thing that's missing that normally sits over there. Duh! Okay. Right, nobody really needs anything, and there it goes again. Noises, weird noises, all the time. Are they coming from the pipes? The walls? Is it something behind the door? We don't know, and it's driving us insane. We should sit down and relax, otherwise we might get paranoid. Okay, let's play checkers. Magical. 5 days, guys, 5 days! Having some fun made us forget about... What was it again? Okay. No supplies are required. Are the walls closing in on us? Is the space getting smaller with every passing minute? We need to get out of here! Now! Open the door! Open the damn door! No, because it's irradiated as shit out there. You will die. I've learnt my lesson. Yeah, they look alright. Works for me. Keeping the door closed was the right thing to do, but the tensions are rising in our tiny little shelter. Everyone is keen for some water, so we'll get that sorted. Right, Timmy, note to you, bring back some water. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans, and that unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attracting strangely glowing, suspiciously big insect wildlife. Roaches weren't that big before the war, were they? Eek! We have no items, so we're just going to have to face the roaches. Gross! Okay. Hey there, little roach! Delightful. Oh my, that thing is huge! And there goes another one. Roaches everywhere. We're doomed! We already feel all dirty. Well, not like you're gonna get a shower anytime soon, so better get used to it, bucko. Food 4 days. Let's get you all fed. We've never felt weird, but today we had to revisit the term. It seems our little green guests, are trying to communicate with us. One was even holding something that resembled a sign which read, "We come in peas." Aww, that's kind of cute. Well, I can't really do anything about them anyway, as I have neither the bug spray nor the Boy Scout book, so, looks like that is happening. Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my gosh. What has gone on here? Mary Jane! You're a mutant! Let's change your hat in honour. And, Ted, you've gone mad. Is that because of Mary Jane, or...? What is going on? This is insane. Why would we talk to roaches? Are we going insane? Are we? What the hell? Mary Jane went to bed her normal self and now she's all mutated. Oh, Mary Jane, what happened to you? Oh, this is wonderful. Just look at her. She's purple. Oh, I quite enjoy that. Right. Well, other than the Ted's crazy, everyone seems alright. Although, the problem is simple. If we don't wash ourselves, we'll get sick. Seriously sick? It smells really bad down here and doesn't seem like it'll get any better over the next couple of days. How about we do something to fix it? How about we don't? Because, again, I have no supplies, it would seem. I've got a mutant Mary Jane, but no supplies. Treat yourself. Oh, great, everyone's sick. Crazy, thirsty and sick, and thirsty and sick. Lovely. At least Mary Jane's okay. But we do need to keep at least one of those folks alive. The world has ended. Who cares about showering? We can get used to it. Adapting shouldn't be hard. It'll be like a camping trip. It will be... Oh no, that smell is just terrible. Don't puke, don't. Suspicious looking stains cover part of the page. Ted's mental health worries us all, but we don't know how to help him. Ted should drink something soon, and he's infected. Right. Dolores is also thirsty, and Dolores is sick, but Mary Jane's okay. So, what can we do? Give you some water, we can give you some water, and you just plod along, mate. One of the cupboards in the shelter was a bit shaky, so we pulled it out to give it a new home. In the process, we discovered a secret door. Where does it lead? No idea, but let's find out. With a rifle? I'm not sure that was the best idea, but we have no other choice. But welcome home, Timmy, that sounds like. Timmy! Meet Mutant Mary Jane, your new sister! Well, looks like Timmy isn't sick, so that's something. What's the first thing to do when you open a door leading to a place you don't know? Open fire! Bam bam! Our bullets struck the wall, and guess what? We hit a water pipe. We were able to fill a few water bottles with all the water that trickled from the bullet holes. That's kinda terrifying, but hey, 2 water! We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Who you gonna call when the world is on fire? The fire department! We were thrilled to find the place still running. Firefighters redecorated the place and redid their outfits. Most of the walls were messily painted in black and red, and the fireman helmets now have a grim skull symbol on them. We never thought our local firefighters had such artistic souls. So alternative. Near the garage, we found a few firefighters shooing off some giant mutated cockroaches with a fire hose. We joined in on the fun and managed to fill some bottles with water in the process, plus 3 water. At the back of the station, we found a few lockers filled with hand grenades and landmines. We're not sure why firefighters need an arsenal of this calibre, but we unlocked and took the padlock that was used to seal the lockers. Unfortunately, our gas mask was damaged, but hey, this all seems fairly positive to me. Magnificent. Right, crazy and sick Ted. Yeah, sick Dolores. Hungry Mary Jane. And Timmy, hungry and tired. We can deal with all of that. And, yes, we are going to prepare for another mission. It turns out Mr. Freeman, the physics teacher at Timmy's school, was right. 1 + 1 does indeed make 2. In our case, it's 2 or more cockroaches, because those little bastards just keep coming. We need to clear up our mess, or end up with a full-blown infestation. To the rifle again? This seems to be our solution for everything, but it's basically because that's the only item we seem to have actually packed in this here shelter. And we've only got that because it happened to be in our suitcase. Yeah. Victory is ours! The roaches lie defeated. Oh, this is a glorious day for all remaining humanity. Humans are the dominant species once again. Okay, so, what is going down? Ted, you're crazy and you're sick. Dolores, you're sick and you're hungry, have some soup. Mary Jane seems okay. And Timmy, hungry, tired and thirsty. Well, we can deal with all that. Mary Jane, I want to see what a mutant can do, although she doesn't appear to be able to take anything with her. I'm keen to find out just how powerful this purple chick really is. Because, you know, she's purple and huge. Surely she's got to be, like, almighty powerful and able to fight off any gribblies she finds out there. And since my main hope for her is that she reaches our ice cream truck, let's hope for the best, eh? So, she is gone. Everyone's in, like, terrible shape, as per. Crazy, sick, thirsty, hungry. Okay, supplies. Sick and thirsty. Supplies. Hungry, tired and dehydrated. Supplies. Okay. Timmy's not doing great. It would be good to talk to him and cheer him up. Yeah, alright. Have a chat, mate. Let's hope we say something nice. Although, considering Ted is absolutely bonkers, who knows what he'll say. He'll probably do a little performance with his sock puppet, though. What's happened to you? Timmy's also gone crazy. Okay. A word of advice. Crazy talk in a tiny atomic shelter may actually turn others insane. Yeah. Oops. Everyone's going mad. Everyone's going mad. This is not ideal, is it? Yeah. Anywho. At least they're healthy. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government! Well, they can't, because we failed to bring the radio. So, thanks government chaps, but you're gonna have to wait, and unless we magically find a radio, we're not gonna be able to chat to you. So, day 14, what does this bring? It brings the sound of a ringing telephone. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Okay, crazy and sick, sick and crazy. Yeah. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. Okay, so we've got the choice of crazy and sick, sick or crazy. Well, let's send Ted, because he's already sick and crazy. What's the worst that could happen to him out there? I mean, it can't get much worse than that, can it? I suppose he could injure himself, but he seems to be okay. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when their call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Ted keeps coughing. Dolores is still sick. Blah blah blah. People want water and food. Right. Solutions to the water and food requirement are here. Water for you. Thirsty and hungry. Food and water for you. And you're thirsty and hungry, so food and water for you. Supplies look reasonable at the moment. Okay, what's going on? We've been smelling something funny in the shelter ever since we woke up. Sure enough, there was something, or someone, started a fire! And it's already spreading. We can't save everything. Well, what do we save? We save the first aid kit, because we don't have the other items to save, so let's do it! Plus, we are saving our first aid kit. The theory behind all this being, while they're sick, they're just sick. But if they get to the point where they are diseased, that's when we're going to break out the first aid kit, because there is a chance they could recover from their sickness, you see. Well, there's also a chance they could get injured in the meantime, and if they get injured and sick, then I'll use the first aid kit too. But anywho, there's logic. There's logic to hoarding a first aid kit. That was close. We were able to put out the fire and nothing seems to be damaged. At least, not very badly. Let's hope this just doesn't happen again, or else we might need to call the firemen. Are there any firemen left? Yes, there are. There's all those firemen that have painted skulls on everything, you know. Lovely. Hungry. Sick and crazy. Okay. It's hard to keep track of time down here. We can't tell if it's night or day. Our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. There has to be something else we can do about this. Oh no. Oh no no no. You are not having my medkit. I have learnt the hard way. If you use the medkit for that, although it will stop them from getting tired, they don't actually use it to treat their sickness. So you might as well be sick and tired, because otherwise you're still going to be sick. There's a logic in there, I'm not sure if I expressed it well, but the point being, bad idea. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Ted has always had a heart of gold. That's why we weren't really shocked to find him feeding our supplies to some disgusting fat cockroach. Both Ted and the bug seemed really happy, so we didn't manage to stay mad for long. Although, when Ted started sharing jokes and life stories with the cockroach, we became a bit suspicious. Ah, we could maybe, brush over this and say it's the cockroach that bit Mary Jane, and Ted's, thanking it for her new purple, glorious look? I have no idea. Right, everyone is going mad. What's the next step? Sick, deranged and tired. Sick and tired. Crazy and tired. I wouldn't be surprised if Timmy legged it soon, would you? It's high time we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listened to some reasonable answers. So how about tuning to a radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? Impossible when you don't have a radio, really. Right, feels like Mary Jane's been gone a while. Are you gonna come home, MJ? They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. I'd be a bit disappointed if we went to all of the, I have to admit, accidental effort of turning Mary Jane into a mutant, and then we lost her immediately after, one day. It would be really rather sad. Right, you're going to give us water in exchange for stuff, but I don't think we need any more water, so we'll hang on to the very few items that we do have, thanks. Oh, is this MJ? She's back, she's back, she's back! Okay, magnificent. In the end, we decided her offers were not for us. Maybe another time, if she ever comes back. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Yay! Oh my, what is this? I think this is Mary Jane's new mutant speech, and I don't think you really want to hear me making loads of weird, growly, grunty noises at the microphone to try and express this, so I will just say thank you very much for the Boy Scout book, thank you very much for the soup can, and thank you very much for the 2 waters. Magnificent. Okay. Mary Jane is now hungry, on top of all the other ailments that the rest of our crew have, so let's feed her up some soup and plod along. Should we just send her out again? She seems invincible. If there's one person we truly miss, it's our great Uncle Terry. He used to tell brilliant stories about turtles, elephants and wizards. It would be so reassuring to hear one of these stories again, and yet we don't even have a photo of him. just memories. But we now have the brand new Boy Scout book that Mary Jane just scavenged, which I'm sure will have a photo of him in it, even though we've just stolen it from the wasteland off someone else. Interesting really, isn't it? We did it! The photo we were looking for was stuck between the pages of the Scout handbook. What a lucky coincidence. It's a bit blurry, but it's still a wonderful surprise. Lovely. Okay, so what have we got here? You're hungry. Dolores is hungry. Mary Jane is hungry. And Timmy is hungry. We're low on food. So, you're gonna have to bring us back some food, please, Mutant MJ. Lots of it. And find the ice cream truck, please. Okay. Day 21. What's going down? Mary Jane's gone outside. Everyone else is still bonkers and sick and bonkers and sick. So, sick, deranged and thirsty. Have some water. Sick and thirsty. Okay, well at least she's not fatigued anymore. That's got to be good, right? Crazy, tired, thirsty, fatigued. That's a bad combo for a person, isn't it? We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting as far away as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighbourhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open, but not listen to the radio, as we still don't have one. Although I hear somebody is knocking. Who's there? Who's there? If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Okay, well, aw, look at that drawing. Most beautiful. What do we need? Sick, deranged, fatigued. Sick, fatigued and deranged. Okay, today we've met a bunch of people dressed in what look like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital, moving from place to place and attempting to heal those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. Their problem is, some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. Well, it's not hydrogen peroxide, it's actually water. Dihydrogen monoxide? But yeah, sure, have a can, because we've got 6 and we're probably going to die soon with the state of illness and madness in this place, so why not? See what we can gain. I'm enjoying all these little aeroplanes down here. Timmy's Air Fleet. Good job, Timmy. We asked them for their doctor licenses, but all of them claimed they left them in another pair of trousers. We didn't dare ask if it was just the one pair. We gave them a water bottle and wished them a good journey, and better luck with the trousers. Timmy really outdid himself today. In a frenzy, he tore out all the pages from his beloved Scout handbook and transformed them into dozens of paper planes. They were flying all over the place, and although we tried to catch as many of them as we could, it really wasn't many. Most of them landed in soup stains and in the bucket. Unfortunately, the pages we managed to rescue aren't of much use to us. The table of contents and a chapter listing 100 ways to properly take care of Scout uniform. Okay, I regret praising Timmy for making the aeroplanes. Now I know that he's slowly and surely trashing the stuff in our shelter. What? Okay, well, no one needs soup and no one needs water. What would we give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again? We can't say there's a lot of light underground, but we don't expect it to get any brighter down here. I have to say, this isn't quite the way I thought this playthrough would turn out. I was slightly expecting for more success, less madness, less sickness. Well, actually, sickness is a common occurrence, but I've not had this much madness before. As long as we're safe, we can stay down here. Okay. Sick, deranged, fatigued, thirsty. Sick, thirsty, hungry. Fatigued, deranged, thirsty, hungry. We are running a little low on food, aren't we? We were visited by a young woman today. She is on a mission to rescue her twin brother, who went missing after he challenged a local bandit leader for a duel. She said they've been observing us for a while, and they were hoping to visit us together eventually, but then her brother went missing. She asks that we help her reunite with her brother, and promises we will not regret it. Might as well send Timmy. He's literally bonkers anyway. If he comes back, win. If not... well, he seems to be here. The woman quickly called a group of friends, and we set out for what turned out to be a successful mission. Finding the lost twin brother wasn't a problem. He was hanging on top of some antenna next to the fence, trying to escape. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand, but the group quickly tended to his injuries, and he'll be just fine. The siblings thanked us 100 times and said they would definitely contact us again. Okay. Oh gosh, what is this? Timmy is a bit of a crazy kid, but a few more days and he will stay crazy for good! Ominous. Ominous. Right, you're hungry. You're just sick, and you are fatigued and deranged. I'm a little concerned that crazy has progressed into deranged, and that these two are just going to, like, pop smoke and go absolutely bananas. We're closed off in a tiny shelter, and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins of the local retirement home. They must have some supplies, and in our opinion, we need them more. The well-being of your family is the most important thing in the world, right? Steal from the old! And is that MJ back? Hopefully so. It is indeed! Magical. What did we steal? We are now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel very good about it. Let's never mention this whole thing again. Mary Jane returned from the outside. We've got a tin of soup. We've got 2 waters. We'll take that. That's not too bad. Oh, not what I meant to click. Right, sick, deranged and fatigued. Just sick. You are hungry. And you're fatigued and deranged. Okay. Mary Jane, we are prepping again. Although I've had a thought. A thought indeed. Maybe Mary Jane can't find the truck because she's all like and she's not like real words. I'm not sure. We'll soon find out, I expect. Right, are we going to buy Sharakov on this lovely visit? 7 food cans, why not? Come join us, Sharakov. See if you can't stop everyone being mad. I feel like that's got to be something that would help with your mental health, right? Huh, it has as well. Timmy's not mad anymore. And Ted's not mad. Oh my gosh, I'm so relieved. Okay, best idea ever. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to just be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharakov. Is that its name? Okay, yeah, best use of 1 soup can. We are now all perfectly sane. Rather happy with that. Okay, let's have a little look then. Sick, fatigued and thirsty. Sick, thirsty and fatigued. Just a bit hungry. Fatigued and thirsty. We are now all prepped up. Right, off you go, MJ. Go do some magic. And what's going to occur for us today? You know what's going to occur for us? New hat day. Everyone has recovered from their madness, so I think it's about time we swapped some of the hats. We can look at MJ's when she comes back. Okay, so what's going down? You guys are still sick and fatigued, and you're hungry, and Timmy's actually doing alright. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do now is make contact with the military, which we will do as soon as we get hold of a radio. Day 29. I hear snoring. Has someone rested? Right. No. If there is one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis. Well, we can't, unfortunately, because we don't have a radio. Sick, fatigued and hungry. Sick and fatigued and hungry. Enough of this plain, tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. Real, true, blue American coffee, the kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. But where are we going to find that in this wasteland? Dolores' favourite diner is used to be, a few blocks away. Maybe should someone go on a coffee run. But who? Off you trot, Timmy. I'm sending you because you're the only person that isn't sick. Maybe that was a bad idea because he might now come back sick, but he hasn't, so win-win-win. Let's hope he got some coffee. Great, we got a whole pot of cold coffee. The taste is weird and we don't have any sugar or milk to give it flavour, but it'll do. It's a step up from the bland, slightly irradiated water we've been drinking. The pot only held a few cups worth of coffee and we gulped it all down in mere minutes. All 5 of us are very alert and ready for anything, for the next 5 minutes or so anyway. Cool. Also, sugar and milk. You don't need that in coffee. Coffee is the supreme drink, and it is best when drunk black, in my honoured opinion. Someone paid us a visit today. It was an overly cheerful, red-headed woman, accompanied by a grumpy-looking mercenary type. It was probably her guard. She told us she was a trader and eagerly showed us the items she's brought along. Right, they want to give us some cards for a gun. Jog on, matey poo. We're keeping the gun. Kitty meow. Have you left us, Sharakov? Nope, you've just moved and meowed. Lovely jubbly. It was hard to turn her down because of that darn cheerfulness, but we did it anyway. The woman seemed a bit disappointed and tried to offer schematics for some weird gun. We turned that down too. It's not like we have any tools around here anyway. Okay, so what's going down today? I think it is water day, as everyone seems to be expressing feelings of thirst. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owners still be around and worried sick? Chances are very slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit, or at least whatever's left of them. Why not? Probably the answer to that question is because we're coughing and plaguey. We grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little scroll through the wastes, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras and shades. They'd gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. Apparently it belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it very dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sharakov, thanked us and left. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. Onwards, I say. Everyone's doing reasonably. Timmy noticed his old telescope in a pile of rubble on the other side of the street. He got really excited about stargazing again. After all, the night sky is one of the very few things that still look about the same after the blast. Should we let Timmy go out and stare pointlessly at the sky? Why not? How much damage can it do? Famous last words. But at least if he gets sick, he can join his parents in perpetual sickness. Timmy came back claiming he saw a moustached man on the moon. What nonsense is this? It's probably just a smudge on the lens. Ted keeps coughing and coughing. Dolores has not eaten for a while and needs a doctor. Now or never, apparently, and Timmy is very hungry. Has that progressed then? You're sick and fatigued. You are fatigued, hungry, and diseased. Okay, it has progressed, so I think it is time we give her the first aid kit. Let's stop being such scroungers, shall I say. Such hoarders of first aid kits. Hear that? No, because no one is talking. Not a word in hours. Not at all. We can't just stare at the walls. We need to do something about this. You never know. We'll use the first aid kit today and maybe MJ will bring us a new one. Someone is knocking. Okay, first aid kit used. Dolores is looking a bit healthier. There's nothing here. Maybe if we try really hard we can hear the neighbours in their shelter. What is going down? Ted, sick, fatigued, thirsty, hungry, tired. Not a good combo. Fatigued, thirsty, tired. Fatigued, thirsty, tired. Okay, we had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse while using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup, only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. Sadly, I got no map. MJ's home. Okay, look at her. She's so funny. Let's give her a new hat. That one looks absolutely bonkers. What is happening? We couldn't contain our laughter and our guests took offence. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents and smelled like forest fruits. How rude. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. What now? To our surprise, we found Sharakov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, our optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Right. Insert weird noises from Mary Jane here. She's brought us some water. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that Mary Jane, in fact, can't go and find the truck for us because she's mutant. She does, however, appear to not require water, as she's never thirsty. She's always hungry, but never thirsty. What we could do is we could risk sending Timmy out, see what happens. Is that a really bad idea? Probably. Oh, actually, he's too fragile anyway, so looks like MJ's going again, but yeah, we might not actually make it to the ice cream truck. We might fail in our goal that we set. But we got a mutant, so there's that. Yeah, still got no radio, so that event is a little irrelevant. But yeah, interesting. Not quite what I intended for today, but you know, quite hard to plan these things. You never quite know when you're going to become purple and become a mutant, right? Do you? What is going down? Anyone feeling a bit better? No, is generally the answer. She does need to eat a lot, does Mary Jane, in this new mutant form. She's the only one healthy enough to go outside, so I guess she's off again. Indeed. Okay, well, maybe my ice cream truck goals will have to live on until another day swings by. Let's see. People are hungry, people are thirsty. Fatigued, tired, thirsty, hungry. Oh! At some point while I wasn't really paying much attention, I apologise, I was distracted by the mutant. Ted cured himself. Was that today? No, it still says Ted is still sick. Cool, well, he's not, because he's not green. And it's not appearing in his status effects thing. Fatigued, tired, thirsty. Who knows? Right. Tired, thirsty, hungry. Let's make sure we get all these correct. Tired, fatigued, thirsty, hungry. We're a bit low on food. Aha, actually, this'll be why he's not sick. We almost forgot about this one time we shared some water with a group of people dressed in lab coats. Out of the blue, they came back today and administered us some very healthy-looking shots. So they were real doctors after all? We think. That'll be why he's healed. The doctors came back and gave him a jab. Okay. Timmy's looking alright. Just fatigued. Not too shabby. Ted is still mighty tired, but he's recovered from his sickness. Magnificent. Okay. So, fatigued, tired and hungry. Fatigued and tired. And just fatigued. Magical. Oh gosh, what is all of this? A loud crash, a surprised shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sharikov found a new toy, an innocuous bit of wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Aha, so this is the Sharikov found a cable, and this is the decision between whether you go for the agent's way or the rocket way. We'll just tick yes, because yeah. The one perk to going the agent's way is that it does give you the choice between whether you wish to provide for water or for food, whereas the rocket way, you only have to, well, you don't have the choice, do you? You have to provide that for water, so hashtag spoiler if you haven't played those endings already, but I'd like to think you might have seen some of my previous videos where we have covered some of those endings. Anywho, we followed the wire outside and found a half-burnt out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. Cool. What does everyone require? Fatigued and tired, fatigued and tired, fatigued. If we keep this up, we might be able to send Timmy out next time and maybe he could come across the ice cream truck? Right. Do we want to listen to the agents? Nah, bog off, mate. Probably the wrong answer, but I've not clicked that one before, so let's see what happens. What does it do? Yeah, we're not falling for that top secret agent crap. They're just big phonies. We told them to go straight to hell and to never come back. Cool. Okay, well, we did that. Fatigued, tired and thirsty. Fatigued, tired and thirsty. Fatigued and thirsty. Okay. Supplies all round. Playing a game or two might be a good way to relieve the mood and take our minds off the problems of today and tomorrow. And hey, playing games is good for you, so why not give it a try every now and then? Sure thing. Day 41. What is happening today? What is happening today? We thought playing the silent game would be a good idea. The silence was too annoying and we quickly stopped. Fair one. I imagine it would be a little bit annoying. I'm not sure how long I could sit in silence for either before I was just really irritated. A coded note was left on our doorstep. It's all symbols and numbers, some sort of cipher that will need to be cracked before we can read the letter. Dolores seems eager for the challenge. However, it's hard to tell how long this could take her, and it could prove to be a waste of her time. Should she keep herself busy with it? Yes, because what else is she going to do sat in this weirdly silent shelter? Day 42. Let's see. Did you find anything useful, Dolores? Dolores instantly sat down with the code and started working on it with a purpose. She looks very focused. Let's hope the note is worth staying up all night. Dolores looks tired already. Okay. Well, maybe it wasn't our best idea, but you know what? It's not like she was really doing much, is it? Fatigued and tired. Fatigued and hungry. We are a bit low on food, aren't we? And the military want to talk to us again, but we've still not got a radio, so you're still not going to have much luck, guys. Must try again next time. What's going down? Time to divvy out some more surprise. Thirsty. Tired, thirsty. Oh, Ted's looking in a better way, to be fair. He's only fatigued and not tired. That's not what I meant to click. Is that what I meant to click? I've lost a little bit of track. Right, yes, it is what I meant to click. Onwards and upwards. We didn't pack any razors when we came down to the shelter, and now some of us can be confused with a Sasquatch. A good sharp axe might be the perfect replacement for a razor. Yeah, this is quite an impressive old beard you got going there, Ted, isn't it? Makeover day! This is where he, like, slices his neck and becomes headless or something gross, isn't it? You still got a beard, Ted! What's that all about? And you appear to have hurt yourself. Ouch! Turns out an axe is no good as a replacement for a razor. Well, duh, I could have told you that one. Right. Mary Jane is back with some ammo, a tin of soup, and 2 waters. Cool. Well, I think fatigued and hurt, tired and fatigued, hungry, and fatigued. I think we've got to try it. Oh, let's read this first. It took several days and a lot of silent cursing, but Dolores finally cracked the code. Impressive! The note contains detailed directions for some secret location nearby, but it also says Dolores must show up alone. She says she's willing to go, but we can't help wondering whether it could be some sort of trap. Should she risk it? Yes, she should. Off you pop, Dolores. Prove your intelligence. Oh, she's still gone. It's a lengthy mission, it seems. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Oh yes, so it is a lengthy mission. Interesting. Okay, well, let's just try and survive until she returns, shall we? Food for MJ. Alarm! There's a group of people outside and they don't seem too friendly. We recognise some of them. They used to be in our neighbourhood watch. They don't seem too concerned with the well-being of the neighbourhood anymore, but they are very serious about angrily waving their heavy flashlights. We need to do something before they break in and take everything we have. Can we not just set Mary Jane on them? She can, like, jump out and go, "Row!" and I'm sure they'll never come back. That's how it works, right? Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Dolores is back. Some axe action was enough to send those cowards running. Bet your ass they will be back. Vermin like that are never gone long. They crawl out of the shadows when the nights come. Let's keep our axes sharp. Dolores came back looking relaxed and carrying extra supplies. The note was written by her dear old friend Peggy, who now inhabits a shelter together with other work colleagues of Dolores. She claims it was some sort of secretary job from before she married Ted. It's weird how little we know about that time in her life. She is quite a private person, our dear Dolores, but clearly, all these years ago, she made friendships for life. These supplies will surely prove useful. Very handy. Thanks, Dolores. Okay, cool. Well, what's going down now? Ted, fatigued, hurt, thirsty. Dolores, fatigued and tired. MJ's doing fine. And Timmy, fatigued, thirsty, hungry. Magical. Right, we are going to prep for the mission, and so long as Timmy's in good shape, we are going to send Timmy out. We can't do a trade because we've got no items anyway, but we're going to try sending Timmy out and seeing if Timmy can survive. And if Timmy can survive, hopefully Timmy can find the ice cream truck, and hopefully that'll be our goal and we can sail away happily in it. Or drive away happily in it, I suppose the answer would be, wouldn't it? You can't really sail in a truck because it's got wheels and doesn't go on water. But anyway, enough of this jibber jabber. Timmy, please go find us a truck. I believe in you, mate. You can do it. Please. And if this all goes to rubbish, then yeah, we tried. At least we got a mutant. Timmy's gone. Okay. How are you guys all doing? Fatigued and hurt, fatigued and thirsty, and Mary's doing all right. And we have no items. So, for an isolated fallout shelter, we sure have a lot of disturbances. Something has been making a lot of noise since dawn and we couldn't sleep. It seems to be coming from under the floor, and coincidentally, we just found a manhole that we could use to go check it out. Send Mary Jane. She won't need an axe, just send her. She's like superhuman and badass. Okay, I'm not sure what occurred. Did we just ignore the manhole? Going into a tight, dark tunnel is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps, even up here. Okay, cool. So we did nothing. Fatigued, thirsty, agony. Okay, Ted is gonna die soon, because I ain't got no medkit. Soz and all, but I used it on Dolores. Fatigued and hungry. And Mary Jane's fine. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked up, and inevitably not contact the military because we still don't have a radio. It's amazing how many times they'll try, right? You'd think, if you were the military boss and all, and you actually were keen to rescue us, and you knew that we didn't have a radio, you would, like, send a chap round to say, "Hey up, guys, how are you doing? You not got a radio? Let me just come in and say hey." But apparently that's not how it works. Ooh, we have an MJ thing. We risked poking Mary Jane, but there was barely any reaction. Ever since she transformed, she's just been staring at the wall, smiling insanely. Maybe a good old-fashioned chat will work. After all, it's not like she's a weird mutant now. Oh wait, she is. The idea still stands. Should we chat with her? Okay, so, my thinking is the answer should be no, because when she became a mutant, it turned Ted mad, and I don't really want to go through all that absolutely bonkers madness stuff again, because it was really hard to go through. But MJ's gone. What? Did she leave? Oh, we didn't do anything about the situation, and in the morning MJ was gone. So was the door that she smashed. We didn't see that coming, also we need to repair that door. Oh great. The silence and the presence of what looks like a cross between a bear and a giant slug makes us feel a bit uneasy. You might even say we're on the straight road to insanity. So, what we've actually succeeded at doing is scaring Mary Jane away, and so she's now run off into the wasteland with her magical self, and, oops. Ted's about to die, Mary Jane's legged it, and people are coming to attack us, and we're gonna have to try and harmonicum them away, and Timmy's out in the wasteland fighting for his survival. This is not what I thought would happen. Oh, there went Ted. He's gone. He's dead. So, in 2 days we've killed 2 people. However, the bad guys lowered their weapons and cried a few tears, surprised by the beauty of our music. They will let us live. Today. Please come home soon, Timmy. When we opened the bunker door this morning to let in some fresh radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There was no note on it, and the neighbourhood seemed empty. Should we take a look inside? I have a feeling this is a bad idea, but I'm going to look inside anyway. What happened? Well, Dolores isn't sick, so I take that as a small win. We gladly accepted this sudden gift, and despite our suspicions, it turned out it was just the regular tomato soup that we all know and love. Thank you, kind stranger. Timmy's dead. Okay. Bad plan. Everybody's dead, Dave. What? Even Timmy? He's dead, Dave. But Mary Jane? Dead. But what about Ted? Dave, everybody's dead. Everybody. Sometimes a sudden urge to play an instrument takes over us, to create beautiful sounds to be shared with the world around us. To sing and play, and have cute mutated animals come to our feet to listen, like a post-apocalyptic Snow White. Shall we? No, I don't really fancy having cockroaches everywhere. There's only me. It would get weird. Day 54. Oh, Dolores. This is actually quite a well-stocked shelter in terms of water. We're just so screwed in terms of lack of anything. Right. Anything living, that is. Just Dolores and, Sharikov. Right, water for Dolores. I'm gonna send Dolores out, because we've got the padlock, and maybe, just maybe, she can do something mind-blowing and useful. And if not, she'll just die, and then game over anyway. Let's see what she achieved. Oh, the padlock's still there, that's good. Dolores came back, and when our scavenge trip was about to end with nothing, we remembered there was one place we hadn't looked yet. One place that is literally on our doorstep. Trash cans in our neighbourhood. One of our pre-blast neighbours threw out a few cans of unopened soup. Ha, the joke's on him. If he's in his shelter right now, he's probably full of regrets. With a lawn like that, who wouldn't be? Ooh, burn. We got a soup tin. Why do people throw out water? Who cares? Finders keepers. And we got a water can. And excitement here. One of the bins had a nice working radio inside. The owner probably bought a new radio and got rid of the old one. We should buy a new one too when all of this is over. We finally, after 60 odd days, got the radio. Oh, the irony. Or maybe a paradox. Or maybe neither. A gas mask is lying in a pile of stinky garbage. And we got one of those. Well, that's pretty neat. Fatigued, hungry and tired. Let's give you some food. Okay. Well, we can't go out anyway, so what's all this? Our situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. What are we doing, looking at Sharikov? We know a teacher from a local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know what kind of supplies are at the school shelter. As part of the community, we helped stock it for an emergency, so technically they're ours, right? Should we reclaim them in our hour of need? Eh. Why not? Liberate the lot. Okay, day 60. Didn't sound like it went well, sounded like a gunshot. What occurred? We had to do this for the family. It had to be done. Oh, +4 water. Lovely jubbly. Dolores is a bit hungry, so let's get her stocked up. I don't think she's thirsty, just hungry. Yes, that would be correct. Oh, Raider's out. That's not good. And Raider's coming here. Harmonica! Not that Dolores could have got out anyway, she is of the weak persuasion right now. I have the strong feeling, guys, that this is not going to end anything like I'd thought it would. We live to see another day. Our attempt at producing beautiful, sorrowful music that would soften their hearts resulted in a cacophony of hellish sounds instead. The attackers ran away, covering their ears. They'll probably be back. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the ice cream truck ending. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking on the door. It seems to be a trader who is very interested in ammunition. How about that? We are not going to give them ammunition, on the simple basis that... Oh wait, I just did! You know when you say something and you do something else and your brain and your hand just seem completely disconnected? That is entirely what happened. What did I do that for? Anyway, got a soup can, I suppose. Marvellous. Right. Onwards, onwards! Dolores can't go anywhere because she is tired and grouchy and someone is knocking. Who is out there, I say? Who is it? It's easy to feel a bit down when living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerfulness into our lives. Still too tired to go out, and it's a travelling salesman who's offering us water and food. We are doing well for water and food, mate. Don't really need those. So onwards we go. Day 64. How's Dolores doing today? Not great. Let's just keep feeding her. All hands on deck. Yeah, see, this is the thing. They're just going to keep coming. They're going to keep attacking us. It's going to be every couple of days. We have no imminent chance of rescue. So, I think all we're really doing is delaying the inevitable, isn't it? We're just, waiting as all the items that we can use to defend our lovely place get slowly beaten until, Dolores dies. When emptying our bucket in front of the shelter, we discovered a hastily drawn map on one of the ruined walls. Someone drew a route and marked a spot at the end of it. Maybe there are supplies hidden there. Should we check it out? Might as well. Why not? But yeah. I think you're on the old path to death, Dolores. But we have a map now. Huzzah! What can we do? Keep feeding you. Dolores is still too exhausted to go out. And we're not alone. There's a huge hairy bunny beast that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. We can't let it get to it. We can't let it be in here when we sleep. Well, you don't have an axe and you broke your guns, so it looks like you can. Awkward. Well, it's probably going to have stolen some food, isn't it? Yeah, it stole a soup can. That beast of a rodent won. It won and stole our food. Can or no can, at least we have each other, right? We're just worried it will come back to finish what it started. Oh, on the plus side, it appears that Dolores has rested. So, maybe we can send Dolores out. It's a really, really bad idea, I'm sure, because there's probably going to be issues where she gets caught by a band of raiders, but we don't really have much choice other than just sitting here until we die. We were about to go to sleep when we heard someone knocking on the door. Who could it be at this hour? Who could it be in this part of the wasteland? How in the hell did they survive the nuke? Should we open up? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? That is why not, because Dolores is now sick. Turns out it was a nice mysterious fellow in a weird suit. He gave us some soup cans. This will help us survive the next couple of days. Oh, dang and blast. Well, off you go, Dolores. Fingers crossed. This is not going to end well. This is really not going to end well. Does she even make it home? This is the question. Okay, well, I don't think I've had this ending before. What is going on? Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she makes it back safe and sound. It was supposed to be an easy supply run. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. Dolores never returned. The locked shelter will forever hold its secrets, at least until someone with a hacksaw and lots of patience comes along. Interesting. Well, we died. Again. But we got a different looking ending, and Mary Jane became a mutant. So, overall, I class this as a win. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. If you want to leave a like on the video or subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with when new things are coming, I would be super grateful. Until then, thank you and goodbye.